So when it comes to deciding where to paddle, checking the forecast is one of the most important things. And of all the different forecasts, the wind forecast is one of the most essential. So that's the thing I'll probably look at first when I'm thinking about whether to paddle in a particular place on a particular day. And my favourite app for that is Windy. I also cross-reference it with XC Weather, but I really like the Windy app because you can see how the weather patterns are moving, where the wind is going to be going in relation to the place that you want to paddle. It's really visual and you can kind of toggle through the hours on the days to see how that's going to change over time. For me, that is the most user-friendly app for checking a wind forecast, and you can check it to a really specific location as well. Whereas with some of the other apps, you have to check it to like the nearest town or village, which could be a little way away. I also use Navionics to check tides if I'm going to be paddling somewhere that's tidal. That's particularly important around headlands because the tides, the water movement, the tides can move really fast, particularly around headlands. Where we're going to paddle today, it's not particularly tidal. There's not going to be much tidal movement, so it's not a huge consideration. And the other thing I'll check is the general weather forecast. So I can find that on Windy, but I'll also normally check the Met Office as well, just to see if it's going to be absolutely tipping it down. I mean, they don't always get it right, but it's good to have an idea. So there is a really good blog post on the Palm website called Awesome Apps for Paddlers, and I'd recommend checking that out as well because there's loads more apps on there. Oh, and the other one I didn't mention was the swell forecast. If I'm going to be out on the coast, then seeing what the swell's looking like, if I'm going to be somewhere where it picks up a lot of swell. And for that I use the Surfline app just to check for the swell. So yeah, that would be my absolute first thing to do before I even start making plans or packing a bag, be to see if it's actually going to be possible, enjoyable and safe to paddle in a particular location on a particular day. And it will massively dictate where and when you can paddle.
Fire.